doing today? It's Thursday, and I'm your host, Davy.
And I'm your co-host, Inspire Simone.
And this is the Worth the Hustle podcast show, episode 3. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching us for the third time, and we are super excited about that.
Back again, tune into GNT Radio.
Our topic today is going to be about politics. I know a lot of people don't like to discuss politics and what really goes on and what's going on. I mean, I really don't know much about politics, but what I do know is that vote. We need to vote. We need to vote. We really need to vote. You need to tell your people to vote, your families to vote, your mom, your dad, whoever you know, you need to vote. I mean, because everybody has a voice. I know they say that felons can't vote and they're not allowed to vote just because you're a felon, but your voice and your opinion still matters. So it even works if you can get somebody that you know to vote, to want to go out there and vote. So every vote counts, every vote matters. A lot of people talk about what Donald Trump is doing and how he's doing it, but yet no one wants to come forth and help put in the differences and make change. So I think vote.
Definitely. I feel like if you have the option and you have the chance to vote, definitely vote. Y'all don't like Trump, y'all want to get him up at the house, might be a chance to get him up out of there. And I definitely feel like that if you never did it before, it's a new start, a new try to do something new.
Yeah, I think you just got to go get registered and you'll be able to vote and things like that. Trump's trying to build that wall over there in Mexico or whatever it's supposed to do, keep the immigrants out. But I feel like I know Mexican immigrants for sure. They are hard workers, and they the ones who build everything and work hard, and they do it for a little bit. Not saying that they should do it for nothing, but they gonna work hard no matter what the price is, what you paying them. They gonna make sure they work hard. So I feel like I want to fight for their rights as well.
Right. So just want to tell everybody, go vote. If you haven't had a chance to, go do that. Vote.
Yeah, a lot of people speak about the problem, but yet don't want to help the problem be solved or help get to the next level where we can get the problem solved. I mean, police brutality is at an all-time high right now, and it's crazy.
Rate, and it's just increasing every year. You know, like police are supposed to protect the civilians, instead they brutally beat them. You know, not only are they discouraging and disrespecting their civil rights, but also their human rights, you know. So just want to raise the awareness to that. If you know, are you aware of police brutality? Do you know? And not only does it affect African Americans, it's all over where police, they use misconduct, all kinds of things. So just
and it's crazy, we've lost some good people just trying to become better or trying to stand up for themselves, and then they get mad about how Colin Kaepernick kneeled for the police brutality to defend not just only a race, but what they stand for. You know what I mean? To defend what he really stands for. It's a silent protest, but yet no one seems to hear or want to see about the police brutality and the killing rates going up and up and up, and it's just crazy. I feel like that if we can all come together as one, it's bad enough that we already have a lot of black on black crime. So let alone letting them get the rights to, we can kill them, we can do this, we can do that. We have the most power in everything. If we can come together and really be with one another as a whole, as a black culture race as a whole, if we can come together and not only just help one another, support one another, support your black businesses, support this, support that, and let them know that they don't have to go down those routes that they've been going alone. That if we can, something we could do.
All just support. I mean, that's one of the number one biggest helps, you know. I think that the crime rate, I mean, it's just the police brutality is just rising every year, and I feel like Colin Kaepernick, kind of like Martin Luther King, you know, Malcolm X, he just, you know, not gonna give up, you know, I have a dream, I'm gonna work at this and I stand for this, I'm not gonna fall for anything, you know, because I believe that everybody should be equal no matter what color your skin is, black, white, green, yellow, you know, we're all human and we all deserve to be treated like human.
And it's crazy how, like, when Colin Kaepernick, Nike did the deal with Colin Kaepernick and everybody started burning their Nikes, it's like, what did y'all get out of that? You know what I mean? So many people is without, but yet y'all want to look at the smallest thing of him getting signed with the thing, with these people who are around what he stands for, and yet not going to donate these shoes or donate these clothes or donate this stuff to little boys and girls that really needs this stuff. I mean, I don't get that part.
That's the part, yeah.
That's the part that I don't get. It's like a lot of people out there that would rather see you failing and not succeeding in life, rather winning or having your head, not even just winning, having your head above water. They hear that you got something new, or you did this or you did that, or now you rich, or now you got all this and now you got all this, and you don't want to share with me. Like, you know what I mean? It's not
like, I just got my head above water. Like, I can't help. I gotta help me. I can help you.
Help me. Help
like
you.
a teamwork thing, you know?
Yeah, but Colin Kaepernick, I'm with him. I'm a fan. I'm with him 100%, and I'm gonna stand behind 100%. His protests because I know it's right. I know that what he's doing is right, and it's for a great cause.
To go without a job, you know, willing to lose it all. That's when you stand for something. You're willing to lose your all for it. You definitely stand strong against that will. Like, no, I'm not moving. I'm here, firm.
And then it's crazy, like how not only is they killing black people, but the shootings in general. I mean, church shootings, school shootings. The kids can't even go to school without worried about if somebody gonna come in there with an AK or some crazy stuff like that. Like, where are we gonna be safe at? Like, and we can't call the police because they be on the same stuff. Them people don't get no trouble, no crime, no
justice is served.
No justice.
No justice.
No justice. In Dallas, Texas, what was that, a few weeks ago, with the police officer went into that man's house and killed him.
Cold blood.
Where's the justice? Like, who does things like that? You're not safe in your own home, let alone on the streets. So we really got to try to stick together and come up with a good solution that could help us get out of this, I think.
Decrease the chances.
Decrease the chances. Today's generation is like so messed up. It's crazy.
Like, where's our future lawyers and doctors and brain surgeons gonna
YouTube
come in?
is raising all the kids.
All the kids.
YouTube is the parents nowadays. Like 2 and 3 year olds, they go get on YouTube and learn. YouTube is what's raising the kids today. Facebook, Instagram, everybody know about what the next person doing. What you doing? If you know what they doing, what is it that you're doing? It's something that you can be doing right. Then the school systems, not to just put it all on them, because it's just society like today 50-50. In a whole, but yet they would rather encourage a kid about child development instead of encouraging the kid how to get their credit score better, how to save money while they're in school, to when they do get on their own, they got a system or a plan or a program put together already to help these kids.
Budget, manage money.
Yeah, manage money, stuff like that. They don't put that stuff in schools. They don't want you to talk about politics and religion and stuff in schools, but yet that's where the shootings is happening nowadays. Maybe we should put that stuff in schools, and maybe it could help the kids out. They have someone to talk to or someone to tune in to, someone's listening to them. They have another ear if we put stuff like that in school.
Definitely. And you definitely want to educate your kids on, you know, different topics, different things. I mean, it's just cool for you to just sit down with your kids and have a one-on-one talk. You know, you learn from your kid. You learn something maybe that you didn't know about your kid, and your kid also learns more about you, and they help you get the bond and the growth and everything, you know. So as our parents, just teach your kids better, you know, do better.
Yes, because the kid is looking up to his mom. That's it.
The
parents try to blame it on, like,
oh, Cardi B is not a good role model. Like, okay, Cardi B.
It's not Cardi B's problem to raise your kid. It's your problem to raise your kid. They're going to be looking at what you're doing first. What's inside the home. They're going to be looking at who you do this and bring this person over, or sleeping with this man or this man and this man. They looking at you first before they even look at Cardi B. It comes within the home, It's crazy because this girl who she follows on Instagram, she's a stripper. Not saying there's anything wrong with strippers. We like strippers. But she like literally has a pole in her house and she lets her daughter get on there. Tell her, oh, you're not doing it right. Do it like this and stuff like that. Like that.
Like spin on the pole and like literally.
Yeah, and do this.
Okay.
And and she's on, the little girl's only like, what, 4 or 5 years old.
4 or 5.
So it's just already like you shouldn't do things like that.
Like you don't have to let your kid be. I mean, don't make them oblivious to certain facts. But I mean, you don't have to like put everything at them like, oh, this is what I'm doing.
Or this is how I had to do it. It's, if you're gonna do that to help your kid not have to do that.
Not so they have to do it.
Yeah, not show your kid to do that. You should want to do it to get her out of the situation. And she's your daughter. You should want to do it to get her out of a situation, to never have to be like that, or never have to depend on no man, or never have to depend on something like that. If you're going to be doing it, make it worth your while you're doing it.
Right.
Don't just put it all in her face or do this and do that. I'm not telling you how to raise your kid, but I'm just saying, if we want today's generation of growing up to be something better than what we did or what we was taught or how we was taught, we have to start teaching them now at a young age, because that stuff sticks with them. I mean, by the time they're 5 years old, they know everything but the right
everything
but the right thing. So
and I done read it to some bad kids.
And it's just not it's not their fault that they bad, you know what I mean? It's just the environment that they grow up in. That's all they know. Like, that's all they know is cussing or doing this and doing that and fighting. If that's all they know, if that's all they see, that's all they gonna know. So you have to want to put them in things greater than that, better than that. Put them in front of things.
Like, expand your mind. There's so much more out there, you know. Going into the real world, like, it's crazy. You learn a lot. Like, and I learn something new every day. Like, I go to college and I'm a full-time student, so I learn something new every day. Every day you learn, and there's different people that have different strengths than you, so then you can listen to somebody else, you know. And I have 2 group projects, and I learned something from both of my groups. They're both different. I have, one group still kind of gotta like baby them, and then my other group is kind of like, what'd you figure out? You know, you gonna do it for me? Like, no, I'm not gonna do it for you, because ain't nobody gonna do it for me.
No one's gonna do it for you guys. No matter how hard you try to get an opportunity, the best opportunity you can get it is if you create it yourself. The best opportunity you can get is if you go create that opportunity. People be sitting around waiting on, oh, I'm gonna see what they gonna do, I'm gonna see how they gonna do it, or I'm gonna pay for this, I'm gonna pay. No matter what career you get into in the future, it costs. It costs. You have to put money behind yourself and your brand and what it costs. No matter what, you're gonna have to do some free shows, some free this, some free that, to let people know that you actually do that. No matter if it's a hair, you're gonna have to do some free hair appointments, or some free braids, or some free basketball. You're gonna have to do something free and put the money into it first in order for it to come back out. People be doing it for a week and 2 and be like, well, I spent this and I ain't getting nowhere.
It ain't work.
But it takes time and the dedication and consistency in order to get those places. It don't just come overnight. Michael Jordan didn't just become Michael Jordan overnight. Michael Jordan probably been basketball since yay high. Kobe Bryant since he was 8 years old. It starts when you're a kid. That's why we go back to putting these kids in the right direction that they need to go for. You probably set in your ways.
Right.
You might change, might not change. I mean, it's up to you. But you might be set in those ways. So it's time to put that forward towards the kids and the younger generation today, so that they can have someone to look up to and know that I can really become the next Cardi B, or the next Beyonce, or the next Michelle Obama, Barack, whoever they want to become. They know that they have that same chance and opportunity that those people had. It's not like, oh, because where I came from is where I'm staying at. It's, oh, where I came from is, I don't want to stay there no longer. We can change some things up.
Right.
Do something different.
I believe too, also just being your best self ever. I mean, because if you ever wanted to try to be somebody, it's like fucking hard to be somebody else. When you can spend that same energy you're using to be somebody else, just be you. I mean, be your best self. I mean, people gonna accept you. Is lots harder to act like somebody else. Just be you. Love yourself for who you are. That's first thing, main thing first. Self-love. If you can't love yourself, how could you love somebody else?
How could you expect someone else to love you?
You gotta love yourself.
You don't love yourself.
Right. You want greater, you want more? You gotta go do that. You gotta be that. Be all you can be for yourself. So somebody else can accept you. And then also, you can't wait for nobody to be like, okay, I'm waiting for them to do this for me. And they probably waiting on somebody to do that for them. So it's kind of all going in a rotation.
And then everybody, not even only that, everybody act like they that one that could put you on. They that one that can help you get here. They that one. But yet, they haven't even helped themselves yet. So they would have to start with their self in order to help you. So while they helping themselves, you should start within yours. Come with the plan. Before a record label sign an artist, it ain't just, oh, I know you know how to rap, so come here and I'm gonna sign you. That artist already been out there doing that footwork. That artist already been doing these shows and doing this and putting in that money and doing this and getting the promotions and getting in front of people and gaining fan base to know that he really want to do that.
To get their name out there, to even for people to get awareness. Like, oh, who is that? Who is that? Like, Worth the Hustle, like we be on the move, we be everywhere, like to get Worth the Hustle out, expand it so everybody can know about it. Everybody, world round, countries, foreign countries, everywhere. Because everything you do should be worth it. As long as you put the hustle behind it, you can get to wherever you want to be.
Wherever you want to be in life, guys. It really takes the hustle though. Like the grind and the hustle, that's the part that's sold separately. You can dream all you want to. You can dream for years and years and years and talk about how you can do this for years and years and years, but if you never start and actually really go forward with it, it's gonna forever be a dream. It's never gonna turn into reality to the life that you want to live if you don't ever go for it. So some people are so scared of what other people think about them, or what someone else is gonna say, or how someone else is gonna feel or react, or if they gonna still like you or love you, that you let it all, the time just pass you by. It's never too late, but in order to be great, you have to get started.
You have to be great to start, but you gotta get started to be great.
Definitely, you gotta get started if you want to become great at it. No matter where you start, just start somewhere. We spend ourselves in the books and the planning process. We've been planning for years, and it's like, well, when you gonna actually go try all this stuff that you plan? When are you gonna go forth with all this stuff that you plan? Or when are you gonna go show somebody your ideal, or do this or do that? When you gonna really start? If you want to get into college or become a doctor or a lawyer, you got to get into the college. I mean, that part is a long process, but it's worth it in the end. It'll be worth it. It's worth it. All that schooling and all that training and all them long nights, and it'll be worth it in the end.
And I believe when you fail, I mean, sometimes we might look at that like as a boo-hoo, or we might be like, oh, I can't do that. Give at that breaking point, right where you about to give up. I think that we fail for a purpose, to have a purpose, so that you can know where your humble beginnings started, so that you'll know, like, I failed my way to success. I failed all the way to the top. Like, I failed every day, but I kept working on that.
Using it as a stepping stone.
Definitely.
Rather just staying down there, falling and failing.
And staying in that spot.
Falling and failing. You get back
like,
up
I
and
failed
dust
today,
yourself off.
but today is a new day. Let's see what I can make happen today that I didn't do yesterday.
Right. Every day you got another chance. Every day that you open your eyes, you blessed. You have another chance. Thank God. Not people just pray and wait on God, but you got to pray and go get what you prayed for. He not just gonna bring it to you. Once you pray and ask God, can you do this or do that, bless me in this way, but you gonna actually go work for that. Go work to get that, and He'll align you with the people and the places and the things where you need to go. That's how it works. It don't just like, oh, let me pray and God ask this, and then don't get nothing in return.
Right.
Then you still just waiting on God, and He just still waiting on you.
waiting.
And everybody just waiting.
Boy, I tell you.
It's just crazy how life works. Like, no one tell us that, like, when you a kid and your mama like, stay a kid as long as you can, you don't really understand what she mean, stay a kid as long as you can. Because once you move out that house and you go get your own bills and your own situations and your own problems, and you create this whole mess that no one even warned you about, now you in the hole, so you got to come out the hole.
Definitely.
Let's speak.
Worth the Hustle podcast.
Oh, it's 886. Hang it up.
And it's just so crazy how it just works. You got to get out of this hole once you created this big mess.
And definitely things like, I mean, some things can be like crabs in a bucket, you know. If you hang around people that's negative, it's kind of like pulling you down, you know. It's like, okay, my life's going nowhere, so your life going nowhere. So it's kind of like them dragging you down, and it's just like, oh, well, we all at this place, so we might as well all not do nothing. So there's just a big gang of all people that have different talents that's just all wasted.
Right.
Because they feel like, well, my life ain't going nowhere, so I need to make this person's life go nowhere too. You should want
That's
to
why
be
they say you are what you hang around.
I mean, clearly, you understand exactly what the saying means.
It is just crazy. But we have a special guest coming in today. And I'm so excited when they get here. Her name is Keys Sterling. She'll be joining us soon.
And she's a motivational speaker, and she's a great one.
Yeah, and y'all do not want to miss this. It's going to be great. So I'm going to show you a few of our products that we have today. Kid shirts. Young Customers with Worth. We have them in all colors. We have our fall collection coming out soon. We have a little bit of these left. Bodysuits say Worth the Hustle.
Ladies, get your last minute summer gear.
Can you show up those pins?
We have some different kind of Worth the Hustle shorts for the guys and the girls. I have some different styles, different kinds. Y'all know where to get y'all gear from? WorthDaHustle.com.
WorthDaHustle.com. And remember, guys, our comedy show, the Worth the Hustle comedy show, is the first show is September 29th. The doors open at 7. The show starts at 9 o'clock. It's at Club Boulevard on Cullen Street, 6913 Cullen. So y'all come through. It'll have all kinds of different up and coming artists out here and comedians, and y'all gonna want to see them. So we are going to be bringing our guest on. Her name is Keys Sterling. Y'all, she's great. Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good.
We're doing good. How are you doing?
I am blessed. I'm blessed.
Thank you for coming on the show to see us.
Setup. I wish I'd known. I'd have brought it.
I know.
So how are you doing?
I'm good. I am
good?
Yeah, 2018 has really been amazing in a lot of different ways, both trying and good.
Definitely amen to that. So tell the people how they can get in contact with you, where they can see you at.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at official Key Sterling. Just like it sounds, like a car key, and Sterling silver and official, or Key Sterling at Facebook.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Houston girl. It's funny because GMT is home to me. I had my very first radio show here, Monday Night Lives with MC Keys to the City, which was super dope here. But I tapped into the music industry on the management and PR side, as a liaison for the artist. And although I love it, I just felt like it just wasn't me.
Like,
I was just like, you know, like, this is great and everything, but
I want a little more.
Yeah, I want a little more. And so I lost my mother at 7 due to domestic violence.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I was one of these young ladies that grew up troubled. I was one of those girls. I was that girl that if you said the wrong thing to me at school, then it was on. You know, I was expelled from schools. I did, you know, absolutely the wrong things.
Right.
And, you know, he allowed me, you know, to be able to have kids, not be infected with any diseases that I couldn't get rid of, not be dead, not be in jail, not have a criminal background.
That's real shit.
So all these things, you know, I experienced using drugs, you know, ecstasy and things like that to party because I was in a place to where I needed to be happy. And instead of going off on people, I would take a tab and be like, girl, I'm just turned up.
Right.
You know? So now I'm not worrying about what you have to say.
Right.
And so God started bringing people into my life that I just did not know. Like, I'm talking about out of nowhere. I was at an after hour, like 7 o'clock in the morning. This guy was there. He was like, man, do you know you have a light on you? And I'm like,
like where the light at?
It's light outside, you know. And so he was like, no, when you walk in a room, like, there's a light on you. Like, people are drawn to you, your personality, your presence. And he told me, stop trying to fit in with people that are trying to fit in with you, because they will ruin your life.
That's a real
When I tell you, I started crying because God had been delivering that message to me, but I wasn't receiving it properly. And sometimes we don't receive things when they come from people that we know. You know, sometimes he has to send in a stranger, you know, to show you. And so I was still doing the same thing, and so God allowed a situation to totally take me out of that, and he knows exactly what I'm talking about. He allowed one situation to remove me from where he didn't want me to be again, because I was being disobedient to his word. I kept staying where he told me, this is not you. Move from so you can elevate. And had I stayed in this same environment, those same situations, then I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I'm on my way to writing my book. It's almost complete, called Broken, and it is most definitely about a young girl who endured so much, being molested, being in and out, just so much that society wants us to overlook, and a lot of times our own family wants us to overlook, because it's easier to walk over things and sweep them under the rug than deal with them, because I was the one that didn't get counseling, you know, and so I would lash out and, you know, do these other things seeking attention when I just needed to just basically fall on my knees and allow God to just do what he had to do for me. You know, not saying that I had to stop going out, because I'm never going to stop going out. That's just who I am.
Bitch, I got to party.
Yeah, like, I'm going to drink, you know, but God is using me in different ways, you know, and so I'm excited about it. I'm excited that he is shining light on everybody that does not need to be in my circle, and that's just the best thing he could have did for me and helped me elevate who I am.
Yes, because when I first heard you speak at Crowbar, that was my first time.
I remember.
Okay.
I was like, oh my gosh, she's amazing.
I'm like,
Girl, I'm telling you, that was me speaking there. Probably was the moment that I realized. Now, I had already been having an event coming up, an empowerment summit, which, let me tell you guys, and I'm going to say this on live, be careful who you do business with in Houston. I did business with a certain person, and right now I'm out of $29,000. That was my own money that I was putting, because the person who was in charge of the event did not utilize the funds the way that they said that they would, and so I'm having to, you know, handle things another way. But, you know, I always say, sometimes we move fast and God has to show us ways, you know, to say, hey, slow down. I want you to do this, but do this my way. You know, do this my way. And so that's what I'm doing. But speaking at the Crowbar, it just led me to say, knock knock, he's been telling you need to speak, but speak the way he wants you to speak, not the way that you want to speak, you know, the way I want to speak, you know.
I want to talk about this,
I want to talk about this, but when I started speaking and expressing myself and going in a different lane that was just totally for Key, not for anybody else, things started happening and blossoming, and then I started blossoming and being more beautiful inside, you know, and outside, and so that's what I'm excited about.
That is awesome, because I love you. That first day I was just like, I gotta follow her, like, I have to listen. She's awesome. I got to see more.
Yes, y'all know sometimes I do jump a little crazy in my stories, like I posted today. I was like, you know, sometimes I can be something, you know, bad sex make me be like, treat you like a one night stand. I was just, you know, sometimes I just want to have fun because people think I'm so, or they think I'm so mean. Like, guys really be like, and you just too mean. I'm like, who told you that?
Like, I'm cool.
I'm cool. Like, I'm dateable, but
I just don't like you to be in my face for free.
Girl, I think that's what it is. That entire part. Because I'm like, if I can go get me a house and pay my own mortgage and take care of 3 kids by myself, you gotta come in with something.
You gotta bring
a lot. You gotta come in with a lot, because I'm already doing a lot. Okay, so if you can describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Epiphany.
Okay.
I like that.
I like that too.
Epiphany. Okay. So when you get to speak, when you start speaking or know you about to speak or have an event, how do you like analyze your audience?
Just like I can use the crowbar
Right.
for when it was
Like
Women
that.
Empowerment in a Women Empowerment Wednesday, and so when I looked around, it wasn't so many women there, which told me that there are people there who want to hear something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Other than what is being said outside.
Right.
So I just use my own situation and how God. So I just view the energy in the room,
Right.
and you know what people were saying. You know, they had the poets that were there,
Right.
and people that were singing, and I was listening to. I always listen, even when I work with artists. I listen to the words, their lyrics, and
Right.
so I can just pull that energy from there.
Okay.
I mean, one word definitely can mean 1,000 things. So
Yes,
you definitely want to listen.
it could.
Okay, so when you speak into these people, what is one thing that you want them to walk away with after hearing you?
Keys. Keep encouraging yourself. That is my motto. That is my creed. That is because
I like that.
Keys.
that is when I tell
yourself.
you guys, that is what's kept me sane, kept me just being beautiful and smiling through every bad situation, because I kept encouraging myself, even though
Right.
people try to knock me down, assassinate my character, all kind of things. Those things never work for me. You know what I'm saying? I believe that, you know, the Bible says that no weapon formed against you shall
Sure.
prosper.
Right.
He never said that there wouldn't be weapons. He just
Right.
said that you know what I'm saying? That
No
they're
one
not gonna
ever
prosper. Yeah.
We didn't
So-
look at it like that.
Yeah, so I take those things, and you know, and I'm seriously, like, I know that the bigger you get, that, you know what I'm saying, the devil will come in to try to destroy anything that God has said, let be so. And so I have, like, on my way here, believe it or not, I just had my best friend on the phone. I had a crying moment because it was a situation that I was involved in. I removed myself from the situation, met up with the people that were involved in it, and then they decided that they want me to do something on my own. And so I received, you know, a text message that was basically very ill, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so my thing was, why can't I be that Kiwana that goes off on these people? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, why am I being tested? You know, it makes me emotional, because if people know where I came from,
Right.
then they would understand me today. Because I usually would have went back and forth on text, like, where you ever, what's up? What's
Yeah,
up?
what's
You know?
up?
But I did nothing, you know what I'm saying? I let that person have their moment, and because I understand the promise that God has for my life.
Right.
And so when you start accepting the things that God has for you, and know that the enemy comes in to steal, kill, and destroy, then everything else, it just, I promise you, it doesn't matter. It feels so good to just say, you know what? Okay,
Like, I'm not
they
that
said
person.
this, you know, let me move on. Because a few years ago, girl,
Like, I would
I've been all on social media putting out a TSA, say, man, what's up? You know, you can meet me up, like, pull up to GMT. You know, but I'm just not even, he's like, no, don't pull up. I'm just not even that person no more. And it feels
Yeah.
good not to be that person, because then you don't have people like, ooh, I don't want her around, because, you know,
Right.
somebody make her mad.
She's
She gonna
going
go
off.
off. You know, so now I just step back, and I meditate a lot, and then I just focus on my book. Like, somebody called me with some drama, I'm like, hey,
Hey.
I don't want to hear it.
And then every time you getting blessings.
Seems like that's when the devil just-
He
Girl,
gotta
I-
come in some way.
I'm telling you, it was
You
just,
gotta come.
it was making me so weak. It was like, Lord, I'm weak. I need you. You know what I'm saying? Be a fence, because I'm getting
And
weak. You know. I had to
that
ask
they know,
him.
like, oh, you used to do this a lot. I'm gonna put this back out here. Let's start this up. Let's rekindle.
And you
this
know,
fire.
I was in a
Right.
situation with some women, and the first thing they kept saying, yeah, kill, fight. And so you have to think, like, that's really what
What
y'all
you want me to do?
That's really what you want me to do. So you really want to provoke me, and you want
To go
people
there.
to see that side of me. But
Right.
I'm never going to give you that power. You know, I have three
Right.
beautiful children, 16, 15, and 6. My daughter is amazing. She's about to graduate, you know, everything. So I would never allow my kids to see me on social media, because
Backside.
I allow my kids to follow me. So
Right.
just
Right.
best believe anything that I post, I talk about at home, or they're okay with, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? We're okay with it. So it's not anything I'm posting that I shouldn't be talking about, because
Right.
my kids look up to me, you
Right.
know, and they're proud of me. Their
See?
friends follow me, girl. So I have to really watch, you know, really watch what I be
We
saying.
just talking about that, how kids look up to their parents and
Yeah.
stuff like that. You the biggest role model it comes within the household first.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We try to blame it on social media and things like that, but it comes within the household.
And that goes all the way back to bullying.
Right.
I said that it starts at home first.
Right.
The way that you make your child feel is completely total control on how they allow somebody else to make them feel.
Right.
Even if your kid is heavy set or they may not feel so beautiful, it is your job and your duty as a parent, guardian, or whoever to make that child feel like the most beautiful, awesome person in the world. Nothing that anybody can say can affect their mindset or affect their emotions.
Right.
And so I have always instilled that in my kids. So my kids is like, you can't bully them. They have that, you can't bully shield them. Like, oh,
I'm not with
okay, I'm wide nose. What? Okay, I smell good. I can smell things real. My kids are that kind. They are able to reverse that.
Right.
And I thank God that I was able to be that parent to say, hey, if somebody's doing this, you let me know, or better, you attack it.
Right.
When I mean attack it is you address the situation. You don't turn around, you don't put your head down, put your tail between your legs. You address it. No, I'm not fat. No, I'm not ugly. I'm okay. I'm happy. I like the shoes I have on.
I know somebody
that's it. And if us as parents would do our jobs, then we would not have bullying. It wouldn't go that far.
It would not go that far. And if your kid is bullying somebody, that's because they probably see their mom or somebody getting bullied, or their dad or their father figure bullying or doing things like that. So they picking up on things that, I can do this, and then once you do it once, you don't feel like, I can do it again. You still ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna try that again. And that's just how not only kids, people in generation, if you let them run over you or do this and do that to you, they gonna continue to
that's
do
so
that
true, because I see so many instances on social media where kids and parents getting into it, and I'm like, who getting into it? Who? I had to kind of go ahead and get it out the way now, so there's no, when you don't even want to try that again. But I thank God I've always had awesome kids. They've done things that children and teenagers will do. I'm gonna say that. They ain't been in jail or getting suspended, but they've done things that teenagers do, and I thank God for those lessons, because we were able to sit down and talk through them. I'm the only parent that they've ever known. You know what I'm saying? So of course it's either me or or we either together, and I'd be damn if society had my kids
like real. That's like a wild animal.
Yes, kid, that's real. You got to set a good example for them so they know where to go in the future, where you can lead them.
That's it. My daughter has said she wants to be a doctor since she was in elementary, and she's in HOSA now. She just sent me something today, and they did an operation on the potato, and she sent me the video. It was like, I got 100. It looks harder than it really is. And I'm like, I guess it is, because you could tell where it had the marks, and they had to put the Band-Aid.
Right. Do all this
they marked off like you would normally do in surgery, like where they're gonna cut and everything. So I was like, I thank God for her to be able to experience that, because I didn't have that, experience. In high school. High school wasn't as fun for me because I was, I was a damaged child, I didn't even care. I didn't even want to be there.
Right.
I
got that in common.
So
it's whatever. Yeah. I'm just here because I got to be
here. I'm just here.
Yeah. I'm here because
I ain't causing no trouble, but I ain't
taking shit either.
So where does your passion for motivation speaking come from?
It comes from helping others and wanting. Let me rephrase that. I just feel like people don't often hear the things that they want to hear.
Right.
It's a fine line between what society will allow you to talk about,
right,
and what they say we shouldn't talk about.
Right.
So my thing is we're gonna be uncensored.
Right.
We're gonna talk about it all. I told my family, like, the book that I'm writing, some of you guys are gonna be upset.
Right.
Like, I'm being honest, but I have to do this for me. This is my counseling. This is helping me be a better person, because I didn't get counseling, and maybe this will help somebody else. Right. Because sometimes people go through situations that they never ever get to talk about. I was one of those people that held everything in, and so by the time it came out, girl, it was catastrophic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was just like
everybody getting it.
Like my friend tell me still to this day, because some things I still hold in. She's like, Key, get them out. Say it when it happens. Don't hold it in, because then when you hold it in, it comes out. It sounds so bad,
right?
You know. But now they probably wish I hosted something. Everything now. You know what? That was not cool,
right? And I'm not with
what you just said. I don't like it. So, but
that's real. You got to be like that, because they're gonna tell you what they want you. You know.
Yeah,
you gotta tell them right there back. They ain't scared to tell you.
Just like, you know, many people. With the Cosby situation,
right.
You know, everybody's on one side of the fence, and me, I'm just kind of like, do y'all really want me to talk about this? Because, you know, you have to remember that the time it was, everybody was doing drugs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody was doing drugs. Well, people don't know, I read a lot.
Right.
They wanted to put a gas line through where Bill Cosby's house is, to run it, to probably open up more freeways or whatever they need to do, pipeline, whatever. He was totally against it. He was very vocal about being against it. He was about to buy NBC. You have to know, people with power. Power. You hear me? Power.
The power.
I ran into Beverly Johnson at Essence Festival, and I asked her, and basically her thing was, I need to keep my head above water.
Right.
That to me said a lot about the situation. I shook my head, I walked off, because me being a woman, I can never ever put that monkey on anybody's back knowing that it wasn't true. I don't care what you say you'll take away from me, because God can take away everything just in the snap. You know, and not saying that he is innocent or guilty, but I just choose to believe that everybody just didn't start falling off the acorn tree, you know, just all of a sudden all together. You know, so we just, you know, my thing with that is, you know, just be mindful of things that you speak, you know, about people, and even in situations when you don't like a person, because sometimes the things that you say can totally take a person out of their element and into somewhere that they've never been before, when they don't even deserve to be there. So that's my thing.
That is really true.
Yes.
I'm like, that is really true.
Don't speak on nothing that you don't know about.
That's it.
And I mean, some people can probably put it on right now, or whatever it is, or this sexual this and this, because it's now, and that was so long ago. If you was getting dividends or money or this for that, you agreed upon. You know what I mean? I figured it was some, but hey, that's just me.
Yeah, it wasn't any violent, right?
Everybody was consensual.
Yeah, everybody was high. We just gotta say that. And so I believe sometimes when you're high, your mind chooses to remember certain parts of the situation.
Right.
So.
Definitely. Certain parts of the situation. I remember this.
Yeah.
I really don't.
What's that?
That's happening.
Since you asked me, no, I don't remember saying this. And how much money you giving me? That's the kind of situation I feel like it was. Yeah.
That type of stuff. Because some of those people, I mean, some of them may have been. Some of them may not have been. But they seen that it's my chance to shine. Let's shine.
Yeah, that's true.
Do this.
And then we can, I mean, they all build it up as a group, like we all wait this time, bam, hit them. You know,
until your story starts getting holes in it and falling apart, and you're like, you know what, I don't even want to be a part of this no more.
Right.
I had forgot about this. You know, you try to put this on. Like, I forgot about this. Y'all bringing old stuff up that I didn't even want to be a part of. And y'all, well, she's out.
Y'all just drug me.
I didn't even call y'all. Y'all called me.
I didn't ask for this.
Yes, I didn't ask for this. I went to counseling for this. I'm okay.
I got over it. The money's good.
Janice Dickinson was like, y'all made me relapse bringing this back up. Girl, stop playing.
You've been doing it.
Okay.
Oh, people are just crazy, or how they lie on you. If you let them, they will put anything on you. They will say this and say that to make you look like a bad person and to get it off of themselves.
Let me tell you something. People will manipulate the situation and try to use reverse psychology on you, and you like, I know I ain't doing nothing wrong. Let me check. Girl, I'm telling you, it's a very recent situation. I had to just say, baby, okay, you have it. Whatever you say I did, like 50 Cent said, she did this. You know, whatever. But you know what? But when you go and sit down and you're able to look into the person's eyes who will determine the situation, and they know that nothing of what's being said is true, then I'm okay with that, because I came to you, I
Right.
sat down, I talked to you like a woman, and I ain't hide
Right.
or say let's have a conference call to talk. No, I came to where you were.
Right.
Let's sit down, let's talk, let's put it all on the table, and that's that.
Put it
You know,
out there.
that's what you have to do. You have to clear your name about things sometimes,
Right.
because
Yeah.
if not, then it really seems like you are the person that maybe somebody's saying that you are.
Or stirring up all this, and you come with these problems and stuff, and you just be like,
Girl, I was like, I ain't even asked to be a part of this in the first place. Y'all called me and asked me. I ain't doing, you know, like,
Dragging my neck through the mud.
I'm just saying, like, I'm driving from Fulshire, Texas, all the way out here. You know, girl.
like that Nicki Minaj and Cardi B situation.
Girl. Let me tell you something. I feel Cardi B 1,000% only because she's not the first person that said this.
Right.
Now, but my thing is though, with Cardi, you are now in a position, and I'm not saying forget where you come from, because
Right.
I can tell you myself, I
Right.
don't know if this particular person that I'm talking about, if I see her in public, I don't know if my shoe gonna come off or how I'm gonna feel. You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes
Definitely.
people put you, they
In those
push, they push,
Push
they
it,
push, or
push.
they turn that knob in your
Right.
back until you just explode.
Like, I gotta
but
get it.
I have I have been in situations with people, and I have had to clap for myself and say, Key girl, you did that, girl. You did not do what I thought you
You
was
did
gonna
not
do.
take it there.
You know, I had to be like Marty, you know, you go girl, you know, you didn't do that. Because people will, in that situation, I think Cardi just had a baby, her emotions were high,
Right.
you know, everything. She's probably wasn't feeling the best about herself, because after you have a baby, everybody knows you got this unwanted weight,
Right.
you know, you're not as sexy as you want to be, and then you have somebody that's
Yeah.
stepping on your toes
Right.
And trying to stop your bag.
and trying to stop your bag.
Pulling your whole card, that's what they-
And you pretty much gave them the authority too when you decided to act
Right.
a fool, you know. And so that's what we
Right.
have to, you know, be accountable for our own actions, you know, when
Right.
we do things.
Like, I know I can make this happen.
Yeah, like I really could have waited. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I didn't have to be at this
Not at that
icon,
event.
because it was an icon,
yeah,
ball,
fashion
weekend ball. I didn't have to do this here in front of all these people that really matter, and first of all, allowing myself to come in that's not an icon, neither one of us, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, to be amongst them.
Iconic,
And then
iconic.
we get there and it goes all the way back to us, our skin color. We have to stop, girl, we have to stop allowing
Even
people to let us look
right.
like a fool on camera, because that's what it be.
That's what they want. They want
You don't
it.
see them acting fool on camera, or they don't show it.
They
I mean,
don't show it.
They don't.
not
They
putting
do
that in
not. Girl,
Put that in the blogs.
they don't do. They do
They,
not.
I'm telling you, and they go back to defending their kind and defending their culture and what they are and what they stand for. They want us to be, oh, we just these ignorant black people. They can't never come to this no event or do this and do that. They want us to keep being the same.
And it's up to us not to allow ourselves to be
the
put in that
same,
bracket.
right.
You know,
It
we
is.
need
It's
to
up to us.
think about how long Mary J. Blige has been going to events. When have you
Right.
heard about Mary J. getting into it? And Mary used to be on drugs of all sorts, but she knew how when she went somewhere. Even Whitney Houston at her lowest.
Right.
Whitney didn't go there acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? She was just
Definitely.
being who she was. And you know, they took that and ripped her apart. You know, she wasn't coming in being disrespectful, fighting or anything. She was just being who they were. And you have to be very careful about who you allow to see the real you.
Right.
Definitely.
That's it.
So they can use it.
It's a bunch of people that are in the industry that be on drugs all the time and nobody ever know, because guess what? Whatever they got going on in their house before they come out, they camp is okay with, they're okay with, and they know how to handle themselves in
Right.
public. And you'll never know unless they tell you.
Right. Like
Never.
that whole Demi Lovato.
Oh, that whole Demi Lovato
Yeah, I
thing.
thought she had got
Did y'all?
serious.
Oh my gosh, she had launched like it was like some workout gear,
Uh-huh.
some capris, and she was just telling her whole story, like how she came back and she had been doing powder for a long time, just like out there bad, and she was like during that time, like I had to get away from that and change a lot of things up. It's just crazy how, and like if you go to Hollywood, like it's like really people out there like
zombies.
Yeah. Zombies.
I was at BET. Listen, you guys. I was at BET weekend, and I had got an Airbnb, which was downtown, not far from the state. Well, listen, Walking Dead is real life.
For
They don't need any
real.
actors. They don't need no fill-ins. They have them all. I swear, one of the ladies was like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what? I was looking for the cameras. Are they filming this? And I'm walking in as an extra. Yeah, because I was just, and I mean, their feet, I mean, the color of their skin,
everything to their eyes.
Yes, it really freaked me out, but then it made me feel like this. Who in their right mind is okay with all this money in Hollywood? Then they push them to the back of LA, and they're, I mean, it's like a whole homeless zombie community. At a certain time, they start building their tents. I'm talking about everybody got a bicycle. I'm like, so wait, all homeless people got a bicycle? I mean, it just freaked me out that people are so okay with people being homeless and on the streets and on drugs. And only thing I was grateful for, I never saw any kids. And so I never saw it. Now from about 16 to
other than that, I done seen it all.
I seen it all. I couldn't believe it, and I was supposed to actually go out and feed the homeless while I was down there, but my schedule just didn't permit. But girl, I was actually kind of afraid because I was like, man, I'm trying to go buy hamburgers and fries for everybody. I don't know if they're gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? And so I was just like, yeah.
They had like wax figures and like of all different kind of celebrities, and they had some of them outside, but the guy, he was like literally out there like a mannequin,
just
like
zombie out,
eyes like bloodshot, like literally, like I was like, this is crazy.
Like at first I thought it was one of those, and I was looking at him, but then I just seen him moving just real slow.
But
so I'm like
rocking back just enough. Like I'm just like
that was the one thing that freaked me out about LA, and I was just like, how
on the Hollywood Strip.
Yes, I was like, how could this be Sunset Boulevard? Like how? Like are y'all just nobody wants to help these people?
Overlook them.
I mean, people just walk, girl. I did. I was in some Gucci boots. I walked past them too. But I was just like,
you know, we travelers. We like, what?
I'm like, hold up, is this normal? We're supposed to just walk over all 500 of them?
Like it's crazy.
Just go right in the club. Y'all still right here?
It's crazy, like how everywhere is different. So like people know, like if you're a tourist, like how you dress, you know, like something like I don't want to be out there going looking crazy.
So I went to New York and I stayed by the Wall Street district, you know, what the stock market district. And I had on my shorts, you know, it was hot, you know,
they coochie cutters.
So I mean, people are just like,
oh my god.
I'm like, what? I'm looking for them with them too. Like, what are we looking at?
Where is it?
Guy says, oh, they don't wear shorts like that in New York. I said, oh, well, I'm from Texas. I don't know. It's hot, and I'm not gonna put on all these clothes to walk. I mean, because everywhere you go, you gotta walk and catch a taxi.
Right.
And so, girl, I even went to Brooklyn, and I was just, the girls in Brooklyn was just mad, just giving me like
how dare you come around here like
you come around our men like this? I was like, yeah, y'all probably should put something on.
Get a little cute.
They don't wear makeup like us. Like, you know how we get up and get our stuff together?
Right.
Like, wow, they
in LA too. I expect it to be Hollywood. Everybody
like
fancy.
Well, you know, that's why you gotta go there.
Like in New York, like Manhattan or whatever. Girl, it's so different. Everybody is like different couples. Like it's just like everybody's so fashion for. Like in New York though, everybody's fashion forward. I seen styles and things that I was like, oh yes, I can rock that. You know, and it was just so different compared to LA. Girl, LA, I was just like, girl, I'm over it.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to go to New York.
Not New York yet.
LA and Miami, they were.
I actually, New York was very eerie to me though. Yeah. Like I stayed at the DoubleTree. I cannot lie to y'all. The hallway to the hotel wasn't even big as this room. What? It was like, girl, it wasn't even big as this wall from here. It was more or less like half this computer right here. And so the rooms were very small, and my TV was crooked, but I just kept getting eerie. Girl, the TV was crooked off the wall. I kept getting an eerie feeling. Girl, I did not want to go out in New York. Like, every time my friends like, we going out, I was like, peace.
Like it's just something.
It was just something. It was like it was too many. It was too much energy, too many different energies being passed.
Right. And
then they were telling people that some people were women were coming up to people and say, hey, you want to come to Bible study? And then you go to Bible study, girl, you don't come back because now you're pulled into sex trafficking.
Right.
You know, and so I all of this is running through my mind. I'm just like, man, I'm just here to have a good time.
I want to try to make it
I
back
need to get back
Texas.
home.
You know, I know I love God, girl. Every time I Bible study, come on, let's go. And y'all have never seen me again. So it's just all of that. And then it was just rats, and I was like, the people were okay with the rats. I was,
For real, that's
I'm talking about big. Listen, I've never
She
seen.
like, if
Look.
people okay with the rat.
Girl, they were like, I was running and nobody else was running, and
they
I
was okay with it.
Girl, just walking like.
Like we
This
see
is-
that all the time.
And then they leave all the trash outside.
So now the rats running.
Well,
through
that's
the
what they
trash.
do. Like
It's probably big ass rats.
like
too.
after a business closes or whatever, all the trash is put to the front of. I was like, what?
I know it's nasty.
It was-
that shit.
That's one thing I did not. I'm not. I was like, New York is not for me.
See, that's
Like I see why y'all upset because y'all had to fight the filth all y'all life.
All y'all life.
Grimy, you know
And
they be
that's
like
how
that
it
grimy.
be.
Yeah.
the celebrities talk about these places the most in Hollywood, and then you get there like, this is not what I seen on TV. This
I was
is
like,
not
where,
what
I
it's
kept
portrayed.
asking where they shot
show
power
it.
at. See, I'm infatuated with 50 Cent, so girl, I
Right.
was looking for him the whole time I was there. I was like, can y'all take me where 50 is? That's all I
Like,
cared
I'm just
about.
trying to get like right to the celebrities. What y'all got going on?
Now I went to the Hamptons, and the Hamptons
It was
was
nice.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was nice.
She like, you know.
Yeah.
and all that water around there.
So I was like, okay, I can do this. It was really, really
Was there
nice.
water around there?
A lot of water and stuff.
Yeah, I went to Long Island too. So Long Island,
okay.
so they're like about maybe an hour
Mhm.
from each other, something like that. So it's fun.
Everybody
I go back
the
there like I don't want to fly right into there.
same. Like I do not
Right
want to
in
see
that
all that
spot.
other stuff.
I don't want to stop in New Jersey, Philadelphia. I went to the On the Run concert in
Uh-huh.
New Jersey at the MetLife, which was totally dope.
I
Like
bet that was.
I
it was-
bet. Ooh.
I went here in Houston too, but that experience for me was like
Different.
it was
Nice.
different. Yeah.
And then you didn't know nobody.
Oh, I did.
Oh, okay.
Me and my friends went.
Oh, okay.
That was
okay.
like we did like a girls trip thing. We went to
Ooh, I bet that
Vegas,
was
went to
nice.
LA,
Oh,
and
alright.
we did a bunch of things this year. So
That
yeah.
is nice. Girls trip.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for coming.
Thank you guys.
thank
I
you
had
for
fun. I was
telling us-
nervous about coming up here. I was like, girl, what they gonna ask me? I was so nervous, but I had an amazing time. I wish you guys much success with your business and your brand.
Well,
and
thank you so much,
Yes.
and the same. You keep going.
Thank
your,
you.
Your voice, you would touch a lot of people definitely with that. So let them know again where they can find you, check you
You
out.
can find me on Instagram at official Key Sterling. Instagram at official Key Sterling, or you can find me on Facebook at Key Sterling and MC Key to the City _1 on Twitter.
Okay, even Twitter. I need to get up on that because I'm not up
Girl,
on Twitter.
I be forgetting to get on Twitter.
Like I be forgetting to tweet. Well, thank you guys. This is the end of episode 3, and we'll see y'all here again next week. We have a guest coming on, and his name is Bugatti Bobby. So tune in. Thank you so much.